What do we do for our opening today? Well, how do we open?
What are we making today?
I don't know. You were gonna pick.
We are making Bombay sandwich.
A Bombay sandwich is a traditional street food of India, which is easy to veganize. It's made with fresh veggies, curried potatoes, green chutney, and vegan cheese.
So for the veg, the most traditional would be cucumber, red onion, and tomato. You can experiment with other veg. I've seen beets put in. I'm sure if you have something in your fridge you want to put in, it could work. But these are the three that would most traditionally be in the sandwich that just tend to work really, really well together. So we'll start with our cucumber. That's probably enough for now. So we're going to do our tomato. And last and possibly most, at least to me, most recognizable is going to be that onion. That is all looking very good. Okay, so now what are we looking at?
So now we are making a green chutney for our Bombay sandwich. This is coriander
Or cilantro.
This is mint. We are using 1/4 as much mint as cilantro. We're going to use half a lime, 3 green chilies, and this could be like a Thai chili. Even if you have jalapenos, that would be fine.
There's a specific chili in India that they call just green chili. These are actually impersonators. These are Thai green chilies.
Those are Thai green chilies.
They're very similar.
Yes. And then a salt. And then I like to use something which give a little richness to the green chutney. I'm using a tablespoon of cashews. You could use peanuts or you could use coconut. So it's all of those combination gives like a really nice taste to it.
Great. And so this is called green chutney?
That is called green chutney.
I can see where it gets the name. We got a lot of green here, yeah? Yeah. Okay. So we don't want the stems. That's the only thing we're taking off here?
Yes.
And everything's already been washed pretty well, so we don't really need to do anything else there. So we'll put all that in here. How much mint then do we need?
All of that.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Do we need to chop these or de-seed these at all?
No, we just just cut the stems off it.
Okay, we're letting the blender do all the work. If you don't have a blender, I guess you could finally chop these and then try and grind it. Or you could just buy green chutney. That's the other thing. Okay. Oh, and the salt. Great. Okay. So that is ready to go. Yeah, at this point, we decided to take a second, just add in a little splash of water to help it out.
That is good, yeah. That looks tasty.
Looks quite good. I'm looking for a pretty even consistency. So look at that.
It is actually very good. Is it hot, Tom? It is actually much tastier than the store-bought one.
It is really good. Yeah. So now we have our green chutney. It should look about like this. And here's the thing. This is miles ahead of the store-bought stuff. So what are we looking at here?
We are looking at the ingredients for the potato spread. I have 1 large potato, which was boiled and cut also. And I also peeled it. The spice mix is very simple. We have 1/4 teaspoon of mustard, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin powder, and some salt to taste. So basically, we're going to put oil. One thing which is missing here is the oil, of course.
How much oil do you think we'd put in?
So for 1 So this is for 2 sandwiches, I would say. We'll put like 1 tablespoon of oil.
Sure.
But I always eyeball it.
Okay. So we've added our oil. Just let that heat up. I would say you probably don't want to do this in a skillet. We're doing it in a skillet, so it's easy to see. If you have like a wider rimmed thing to cook in, that's going to be best. And we're actually going to be doing 3 times what we showed earlier. So we showed enough for essentially 2 sandwiches, but we're making more and we'll just kind of save the rest. We're leading with our mustard. Correct? This is mustard?
Yes.
So that's going to take a second. You'll know that the mustard is done when it's basically started to sizzle and become a little bit aromatic. So now we're going in with the ground cumin and the turmeric. And I'm actually going to give that a stir. And it makes this nice kind of sauce. And then we'll go in with our potatoes. Then we'll put in the rest of the potatoes. So now we're going in to mash it. So yeah, you can see everything's got that kind of yellow tint from the turmeric that lets you know you've kind of like mixed everything in pretty thoroughly. And you should also see those mustard seeds spread out pretty even. Now we'll just go in on the top with the salt. Use whatever you think is appropriate for this many potatoes. I guess we're ready for assembly.
Yes, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna butter the top and the bottom of the bread, and that will.
So we're using just any vegan butter would work, right?
Yes, but we are using melt. Any vegan butter, Earth Balance or anything will work. Or if you don't want to use butter, you could actually just spray the oil. That would work too. It's just a mixture of the flavors, which makes it taste really, really good. Other than that, we have our potatoes, which we cooked. We have vegan cheese, which is, this one is Daiya mozzarella style, but any vegan mozzarella style would work, which would be Miyoko, Daiya,
Violife, probably.
Violife, you know, or you can make it at home. It's very easy to make.
Yeah, you can do a cheese sauce at home too.
Very easy to make a cheese sauce.
What's next on this layer?
The next thing would be the green chutney.
Okay, so we're using our 5-star green chutney. This was really, really impressive stuff.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's a very quick to get to better than restaurant quality, I would say. Even the cat is interested by this chutney. Look at that.
And put the potatoes.
Potatoes on top of the chutney.
Yes, a generous amount of potatoes.
We'll squish those in there pretty well.
Yeah. Now you can use, that's good. You could use a second bread.
On piece number 2.
Piece number 2. Put some vegan cheese in it.
So going with the shredded Daiya mozzarella first. You said a good amount, so I'm going to use 2. These are pinches in my mind. These are probably not quite pinches.
And now you can assemble your veggies in any order.
So I like tomato. I'm going to start with that. Do two big slices. I've got 1 little slice hiding in here. Along with cucumber. And then we'll top it with the onion. And then that's it?
No, at that top, you can put chaat masala if you want like those kind of flavors, right? It's not really, because like the chutney is so tangy, it's a flavorful thing. But if you want that. So
last but not least, we've got another little spice here. What is this going on?
That is a chaat masala. It does give a flavor, and in the traditional Bombay sandwich, it is used. The bigger thing in that in the chaat masala is a dried mango and a black salt. But since our chutney and everything else has like spices, especially our chutney has tanginess, you don't necessarily need it, but it will add to the flavor. So if you can.
So what? I'm using a few generous pinches.
Yes, just a little bit.
And so we used a good amount of that chaat masala. Again, it's not necessary, but that's what's going to probably elevate it up a little bit. I think everything else elevates it well enough, so you probably could go without. We're going to be trying two versions, a pan-fried version and a baked version. Cuts, and our daughter's going to try some too. So her opinion, we'll see how it holds up to her standards. Let's start with the baked one. How about you do that one first?
Whoa.
Okay. So how about you go and try a bite as well? Looks like everything kind of came together nicely.
Very
Okay,
nice.
so let's try.
Yeah, the flavor is really put together really good. Yeah, it's not bad.
No, the chutney on this is really, really good.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, everything in there is just kind of perfect. So that soft, rich potato, the super sharp chutney, and then the creaminess from the vegan cheese is very good. Let's do
Ooh, the crispy one.
the fried one. So that is, you can see. So let's do the fried one. You can see that's quite a bit crispier on the outside there. So how about you give that one a bite too? Let's see your review.
Mmm. Oh my god. That is so good.
That one's got all the, we put a lot of extra chaat masala in that one too.
The chaat masala.
Right.
Wow.
This is my final, well, so I'll do this one too. This is better. I like the fried a little bit better, yeah. I like the crispiness on it, but both of them are spectacular.
Yeah, I like both of them.
We should keep going.
So it's just like a really good mix of everything, right? I can see why it got super popular. Those potatoes just give like a really nice texture in your mouth. You've got the veggies that kind of give that lighter note. Then you have a super sharp chutney, which absolutely do at home, right? That was like way better than anything we've had before. As well as you've got now that creaminess from the vegan cheese as well. You saw the assembly is actually quite quick, right? So you could easily prep those individual components ahead of time.
Sita's giving weird faces, and I can't like keep my face straight when you're talking.
That's fine.
So do that again, hun. Do that again.
So it's just, again, one of the nice things about it, you saw that final assembly, it's really, really quick, right? So you can throw it together once you have all the components really easily. So if you have that chutney, you have the potatoes maybe done a day ahead, this is a fantastic way to entertain guests that are coming in, right? Because again, it's basically 2 minutes to put the sandwich together, 5 minutes, less than that really to get it toasty on the bread.
So doggies are getting a sandwich too, but only with the potatoes. They can't have onion, and I would not recommend feeding them the chutney with so much green chilies.
This is why you cook extra potatoes. You have a little bit to give to the dog afterwards. Champion, what's your review?
This was perfect, hun.